Today we're going to talk to you and one of my power partners, Kate Wade, who is a business consultant, resume writer. I can't wait for you to hear what one of her goals is. She has put together this presentation for us today for how do we leverage AI in our resumes, LinkedIn, bios, and cover letters. Now, as a career coach, I've been a career coach for 5 years now. And before that, I ran talent acquisition for Comcast. And before that, I was at Lockheed Martin. So my background is very corporate. It's from big Fortune 50 companies, but also smaller businesses. And now I do two things, actually three. I own Colorado Career Connectors, which started in March of 2021, and we are now a nonprofit. We have gathered professionals who want development in topics that they never would have had before. We have brought together the best recruiters from all industries and verticals that you can think of. We bring together speakers that talk about their specialties, whether it's from career assessments to working with a toxic boss and how to handle a toxic boss. So in addition to Colorado Career Connectors, I own Best You Talent Advisors. We are executive recruiters. So right now my team and I are recruiting for a director of finance. We're recruiting for a general manager. We are helping with associate level positions in the DC area. We are about to get more contracts. So we know what it is to sit on the side of the recruiter. And I started that business in 2021 as well, when I saw that after the pandemic, people were hiring again and they needed top level recruiters. So I've actually worked in construction, project management, management consulting, healthcare, telehealth, etc. But I also have fun doing executive coaching. And several of my clients are here. We have a very strong community of diverse, inclusive, other job seekers or people who are looking to move up or out. So if our community can help you in any way, please let us know. Like I said, Yvette is my director of operations. She is in California. We do everything from our homes. We believe in remote work first, and we're just super excited to bring this community to you. This is our first event in 2024, and let's keep going. So this is Yvette. If any of you are thinking about having your own business and you need a graphic designer, a web designer, a logo, Yvette is your partner. She's amazing. She doesn't love to speak on camera, so I'm like putting in a huge, she is amazing.
And I am here. Here, let me pin me. Hi, everyone.
She'll be helping to watch the chat. And honestly, she's been with me 3 years, and I could not do what I do without her. If you have not joined the coloradocareerconnectors.org email, we send out newsletters once a month, and it has events, not just with our community, but with the community of Denver and others in Colorado. So if you are a job seeker, please go out to our website. We've got resume writers. We've got the best job posting sites to go to. And if you aren't looking at Andrew Hudson job list, highly recommend Andrew Hudson's job list. Andrew is a friend of mine, and he is kicking butt with his business. And he really offers such great content for you if you are Colorado based. So let us help you with that. Please join our email list and our newsletter, and that is private to you. We do not sell it. We do not provide it to anyone else. So today, welcome to 2024. We're going to be talking with Kate Wade. And then on February 16th from 9 to 3, I'm doing one of our most popular events, which is called Scale Your Career Day. And that is a 6-hour day where you learn everything from positive and mental fitness to get through the job search, to make your performance higher, to help your peak performance, and really allow you to not just survive, but thrive. And then we have speakers like Kate and Lisa, are my resume writers. We have recruiters. We're going to talk about interviewing. We go through an entire framework that is like a hose of gold where you can pick nuggets from what you want. Yvette has built a beautiful workbook that you can have. So Yvette, if you would put the link to have people sign up for that, it is well worth your investment and your time. It's probably one of our highest rated events, and I see a couple people that have been to that, but we do not hold back. I show you reverse engineering your job search. I'm actually going to be speaking at BoulderNet on February 1st about how to reverse engineer your job search. You got, if you want to put that link in the chat, that would be helpful as well. Oh, Ashley, thank you so much for putting your child. I love it. It's really nice to see you. So again, welcome. Just be you. Go get your coffee. If you're at the gym, have a great workout. All right. But please think about joining us on February 16th or at BoulderNet on February 1st. And we've got some pretty cool events coming up for you this year. April 17th, we're going to have a live event in the Denver area, potentially Lakewood, called Craft Your Career. And I have a woman-owned brewer, craft brewer named Laura Bruns, who's going to be telling us all about the history of craft beer. And along with that, we're going to have, it's going to be a lot of play. It's a different type of event because I understand looking for a job is not easy. It's a way to mingle. It's very informal. It's fun. Wear your jeans, wear your sweatpants, wear your yoga pants. Just come out and have fun with us. You will see more information on that as well, because we do want you to craft beer your career. We're going to have resume tips, interview tips. We're going to have games. Seriously, it's not going to be one of those wah, wah, wah kind of events. So we invite you to that as well on April 17th. Okay. Let's get to the meat of this. Kate Wade is one of my 2 resume writers. She works with several of my clients and they rave about her. They rave about her personality, her knowledge on resume writing, her interpersonal skills in alignment and partnership. And as partners, as a coach, we guarantee that your documents and your branding will help get you interviews. So Kate, it's so awesome to have you here. She's a global resume expert and certified executive coach. Scroll stopping resumes. She has sat at that C-level table. That's actually how I met her, was through my coach. And she knows what it takes for people to prepare, network, apply, interview. And so let's turn it over to Kate. Welcome, Kate. And
Thank you.
you're welcome. Presentation
Yeah.
is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. Good morning to everyone. It's lovely to be here today. I can't recall who his mother was from. Maybe it was Mary Beth's mother is from St. Paul. I'm coming to you from downtown St. Paul, Minnesota today. It's a balmy 35 degrees and foggy. So I think people in Colorado can relate to that, although I think you get a little bit more sunshine than we do, for sure. Today, I'm delighted to be here in partnership with Colorado Career Connectors and with Shelley and Yvette at Best You Career Advisors. They do phenomenal work, and it's a delight to partner with really smart people who are doing amazing things in the world to help people. Because Shelley, you opened a while ago saying, this is one of the most personal things about ourselves in our lives. It's a place where we are very vulnerable. I'm sure, Shelley, you've experienced this. Frequently, I get on that initial call with the client and there are tears and the Kleenex box comes out. very, very normal, because
Normal.
when we're in that position, and what Shelley does with her positive intelligence training, so you've got to come by on February 16th to Scale Your Career Day, because she does a wonderful job helping you think through reframing. And I really think that's important. I know we're going to get into the AI any minute here, but we're in a very vulnerable place, of course, when we're looking for a job. If it's a layoff, if we're coming back after being gone for, any type of family leave or career break we needed to take, if we were fired, or if we just need that change and we're feeling doubtful. So I know for Shelley, for me, it's a real honor that people are open to working with us and share their vulnerability with us. So today, my promise to you is I'm going to give you everything I know, everything. I'm not holding anything back anywhere. I'm open to all your questions. This is recorded, so if you want to come back later and watch it, you can, and just focus right now. I'm a note taker. I'm old school with my pens here. But if you've got your note app open, oh, Linda, I love your screen that you've got going there. But if you've got a note app open, we are going to actually get up to our armpits. We don't do things by half. We're not just at the elbows. We're going to get up to our armpits in this. I'm going to have you try some things out, and you're going to walk away knowing what this is and how you can use it today to transform some of the process and some of the materials, make your life a little bit easier, but at the same time, stand out. Stand out. So I'm going to share my screen. Thanks, Yvette, for setting that up. Okay. And now, okay. So we're talking about 5 ways to use AI for our resume, cover letter, bio, and LinkedIn. We're going to overview all of the different what AI is, some different platforms I encourage you to check out, how to use it in your resume or CV, your cover letters, LinkedIn. We'll talk about your bio as well. The bio is kind of the easiest one for us to get, but it's also really helpful. Sometimes we're very close to our own experience and ourselves. So sometimes actually the bio is really fun to have AI write, because it's like, oh, is that me? And if it's factual, it is you. So you're going to walk away knowing how to use this today. As Shelley already introduced me, I'm a certified coach, resume writer. I can't help but coach in my working, even though I'm a resume writer. I just can't. I ask the questions that bring the tears, but then that get us the clarity so that you can have a resume that stands out in a category of one. I mean, it's so competitive right now. If you're looking at jobs online, there's going to be 100 applicants to something. How do you stand out? And it's by getting that clarity and specificity in your materials related to what you have accomplished, not what everyone else has accomplished. So I'm on a mission to get 10,000 women into the executive positions in which they belong. And I got to say, about half my clients are very cool men. So even though I'm on a mission to help women, I've got awesome male clients who are really just a delight to work with as well. So that's a little bit about me. I wanted to offer this today. My package that I normally deliver is $24.95. If you're a client of Shelley's, we have a different offer for you. If you're interested in her coaching and my resume writing, talk to Shelley about coaching, and you can add on a resume with that. Or if you just wanted to work with me, here's an opportunity to do that. So I'll share a little bit more toward the end there. But let's get into AI. So about 12 months ago, I started playing with AI because I was hearing it come more and more into that consumer facing platform that we were able to actually use as an individual person, not inside a large enterprise or corporation. And so I started playing with some ChatGPT and with some Perplexity AI, which is another platform I really love that I'll share with you. And I found that it did a lot of things that were very, very simple. What AI really is a language processing software. And so what it is really doing, it's pulling together what it's predicting to be the next right word in a sentence. So that's really what it's doing, is it's thinking of okay, out of all of my knowledge, what do I think the next right word is? And that's really what, when we're looking at ChatGPT, when we're looking at Bard and Perplexity and these other tools like that, they're really these language processors we can train. And so over time, they learn as a machine to do more, say more, give more variety within the response. There's AI that's being used within companies that looks a little different in how it's purpose driven. But for you and I today, what we're going to learn about is, as a user, how can I use it? And don't be intimidated by it. It's just a pre-trained language platform. And if you think about it that way, it's no different than putting something into Google. Okay. So when you're putting something into Google, it's giving you a list of replies, and it might give you a little descriptive paragraph definition about something. Well, you're going to see that a lot of the AI platforms are very, very similar. They're connected to the internet, so they're going to be pulling from billions of places to derive that right language for what you're looking for, the question you're asking. And so the most important thing to do when we are in AI is ask the right questions. And so you'll see a lot of people out in LinkedIn and different places posting notes about, here's a prompt. This is a prompt I would use, or I would modify your prompt this way. And so the prompting is very important in AI, because depending on what we ask, we'll get a different answer. And so that's kind of the fun with these pre-trained transformers. And I have to tell you, I've been training mine. I do get her hired. I've been training my own GPT. It's out in the OpenAI ChatGPT store, so you can use it if you have a paid GPT account. You can't use any of the unique GPTs if you don't have a paid account, but more on that later. But basically, I've been training mine to be a feminist, to be inclusive, to not use war language, to not use sports analogies, to use active language, to never use the term proven track record, to not use the word seasoned, because we're not stakes, we're people. So for example, my GPT has been trained to do that. Now, on the screen, you can see a few different platforms that I like. OpenAI is the one that ChatGPT is run off of, and that's the one that most people know about. So if you haven't tried it yet, maybe screenshot this, take a picture with your camera, or this will be available later. Actually, why don't I just, well, no, I can't right now. I was going to put it in the chat, but I won't. But you can just try these out. Perplexity is a little bit more nuanced than ChatGPT. It gives you really good references. So basically like footnotes if you want to read more. Bard is now Google's new platform. And that again is open for everyone to use. So check that one out. I've been using a platform called Click to AI, and this, I've integrated it with my LinkedIn account, and I'm using it there to reply to messages, and I'll actively do that today. I'll show you how that works. You got to try that out. Anyone who needs a headshot, check out Headshot Pro. I'm not paid by any of these groups, and there might be a better one. I think there's a couple better ones that had Headshot Pro now in the last month. I did try out Headshot Pro. What you do is you just take a selfie with your phone, and then you send them, a couple versions of it, and they shoot you back a bunch of photos of you, like totally glamour shotted, but professional and modern in a modern background. I do have to say they gave me a real turkey neck a couple times in a few versions. And I think sometimes they thought I was a 13-year-old girl because they put my head on this tiny set of shoulders. But there's improvements to this over time as the AI learns, because that's what it's doing. It's learning. So if you need a headshot, that's a great way to get a new headshot, by using your phone. Try out something like Headshot Pro, see how she goes. Okay, so let's get into the resumes. And if you've got questions, I'm going to jump up to the chat here. If you've got questions, we can try to answer them as we go. Know that I'm going to talk about I'm going to be talking about resumes, and then, oh, Yvette, thank you for pasting that in there. You're brilliant. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's go on. So the resumes and CVs. So there's a few different ways we can use this in our resumes. One of the things I love doing is copying a job description and pasting it out into ChatGPT and have it tell me what the keywords are. Again, I have to prompt it well, right? I might use it to help me, excuse me. I might use it to help me figure out how to quantify something that I've done. Ask it to suggest a quantification. I might ask it to summarize something for me. I've asked it to provide for me ideas on other titles I should be looking at. Okay, I can paste a resume in there and ask it to share with me what are the keywords that it finds. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this for a moment, and I'm going to, Christine, you're asking about Resi.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
found that those can be helpful, but I find they kind of can limit me in my creativity. But if it works for you, by all means use it. So let me go up to ChatGPT. So I'm going to just pull open a job description for a program manager in aerospace, because I have an example I want to walk us through today. So let's see. Go back out here. I'm just going to get this job open. Okay. So, oh gosh. Okay, I'm just entering stuff so I can get to this job description. Here we are. Okay, thank you for your patience with me. So let me share my screen again. They're like, enter your email, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh no. You know how this goes, right? Okay, so here's an aviation project manager. This is just an example of something I wanted to pull up. And because I want to show you how you really do this, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just, I'm not going to take the little blurb at the bottom, but I'm going to take this. I just copied it, Control C, right? I'm going to jump over into ChatGPT. I've got the paid version. You can use 3.5. That's the one that's open. I'll tell you, the learning in version 3.5 of ChatGPT stopped in April 2023. So it hasn't learned a new piece of information since April 2023. So if you want more sophisticated answers, you have to pay $20 a month and you get ChatGPT 4. You probably don't need it. I'm just going to show you the difference here. So I'm going to ask it to evaluate for me the top 10 most important responsibilities listed in this job description. So I'm just going to do it that way so you can see. So I pasted Control V, just pasted it in there. So it analyzed it and it's telling me all this. Okay, so planning and directing projects, managing project staff, client relationship marketing, design development. So now I can go to my materials and emphasize these things. I can take the same thing now. So let me go to GPT-4 and prompt was, what are the top responsibilities in this top 10, I think I was saying, because I want to do it. Responsibilities in this job description. And we're probably going to get it a little bit different because GPT-4 is a little bit more advanced. So let's see. Project planning and directing, project staff management. Okay, so it's actually giving us a pretty similar result, you can see. Design and production coordination. Okay, so now what we've done is we've had it analyze this for the keywords. I'm going to ask it now, what are 5 related job titles I should consider or could consider if this were my area of expertise? So now it's going to give me 5 ideas. Okay, civil aviation engineer, airport operations manager. So you can do this for any type of role that you have. If you're asking the right questions, it's going to spark some ideas. Now I'm going to ask it something. This is really interesting. So let me go over to Get Her Hired's GPT. So here's my inclusive GPT that I've been writing and training. So I'm going to ask it to, what would I include on my resume if this was my background? So hang on one second. I'm going to paste in that job. I'm going to say, okay, let's pretend I did this job. What would I want to include in my summary? And so now what it's doing is it's writing a little paragraph about this person who has this job. Now look what it's doing. It's listing out responsibilities. Okay. Now responsibilities are not enough. Responsibilities make us very homogenized, very much like everyone else. So I'm going to prompt it again, rewrite this in first person, and turn the responsibilities into accomplishments. Past tense. So now I prompted it to rewrite it in first person, turning the responsibilities into accomplishments in past tense. So it's thinking here a minute. I love that it's always validating me. Certainly, certainly. So now we're getting a narrative, right? Look at this. So I passionately believed in our work methods. I successfully managed and designed projects across the country. I planned and directed and monitored all aspects. So it's really shifting now the language of this. And I'm going to take this one level deeper. Okay. So let me take this one level deeper. How, again, the questions are important. How might I quantify my impact if I had these responsibilities? Now, the reason I'm going to ask it this is because while Christine and I might have had the same job, we might have had the same responsibilities. We might be both be applying for this aviation job. What really will set us apart is what we accomplished in that job, not just that we had the responsibility. So someone may do strategic planning. For example, I was in strategic planning, mergers and acquisitions in a $2 billion business unit. I did mergers and acquisitions globally in the produce supply chain, import, export of fruit and vegetable. That's a little different than strategic planning for someone who owns a set of franchise retail stores. That's a little bit different than strategic planning for a small startup. And so sharing the scale and the scope and the actual impact of the work is what will really start setting us apart. So I just hit enter there. And what ChatGPT is going to do is start suggesting how I might quantify what I had done. So here we go. It's starting to write out for me coordinated work across and then enter the number of regions, led a team responsible for X number of commercial airport services. So it's showing you then how you might put a data point in to differentiate you for this role, for your resume. Okay. Now, all of this, I want you to remember, and I'm going to come to the questions in just a moment, but what really matters here is that it's a tool. And so because it's a tool, we have to take what it tells us and personalize everything with real information. We get to do additional research. We get to rewrite and use our own words and facts. If we just copied and pasted this into our resumes, we would be sitting at the interview and not being able to answer anything, right? Like, so if you didn't actually customize it, it could be a little difficult to actually show up at the interview and see and be able to talk about those results. So I see a question there from Heather, if I've compared these tools, using the tools to give you the best thoughts. They're all good. Let me show you Perplexity for a moment though, Heather, because this is another great way to try it. And Perplexity, let me go back to here. Okay. Escape. Perplexity here. Here's Perplexity AI. Now, I really like this because I wouldn't use this. I would use actually, Heather, your question is very valid now that I'm thinking about it. So yesterday I asked it a question, what arts grants are available in Minnesota? Because I have a friend who's a painter and I want to help her get a commission to paint something, right? On the side of a building, you know? And so I asked it this question. If this is my current job, what would some related job titles be? I asked it to do a salary analysis, okay, for someone with this background. And it gave me, based on the answer, here's what they would suggest. And it gives me a bunch of footnotes where I can jump out and look at roles where this person that would have more backup on the information there. So Perplexity is a great one. Let me start a new thread. Does anyone have a question they'd like to ask? I'm
Hey,
just
it's Yvette.
looking. Hi, Yvette. Yeah.
Yeah, we just have a few questions in the chat. I just sent them to you in one big paragraph, or I can also prompt you
Yeah.
if you'd like.
Oh, would it allow you to drop in the URL? Absolutely. So we could take this. Let's try this in Perplexity. I don't know what will happen. Let's try what are the top 10 thank you, Yvette, for that. Responsibilities that are most important in this role. And luckily it's forgiving with spelling. Okay, interesting. It didn't read it in Perplexity. Let me take the same question and drop it into ChatGPT. Can you guys still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So let me try it over here. Let me start a new thread. And you can see it keeps your threads down on your side there for you. So let's see if this one will read the URL. I haven't tried that. Oh, it's searching with Bing. Of course it is. Microsoft. Urgh. Okay. It also, yeah, it looks like you would have to copy and paste in the description. It's not taking the URL. Okay. How did I train it? Natasha, you're asking how I train this one. Anyone can create their own GPT. There's a bunch of, lots of different GPTs out here that you can go and try out for different purposes. And they've been trained just like I've trained mine to do certain things. And the way you do it, anyone can create one. Since I'm the creator of this, I can edit my GPT and I can configure it. So you can see I've said, let's see. Hang on. I've given it plenty of different instructions. I can't see all of the instructions I've given it right now, but that's basically where I configure my GPT and I come back and I play with it some more. This is published and out there, so if you wanted to try it, you can. And as it's used, it is learning more and more. We have a question from Christine. What's the best way to prompt a match between a job description and my resume? Beautiful. Let's give it a try. So I've got here a gentleman's resume. I told you I work with pretty cool men. So let's do this. So I've got his resume here. Hi, everyone. I didn't get to see you for a while. I was on the other screen. Hi. Okay, so let me share the resume I have open. So here's an example. This is the gentleman. He's a program manager in aerospace. I just started working with him. Here's his resume. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy over this. And so Christine, let's pretend like this was your resume. And I'll
Yeah. Gee, I'm
Actually,
amazing.
hang on one sec. What's that?
Gee, I'm amazing.
Let me share. You are amazing, Christine. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
Flutter, flutter. Okay, so
Okay.
your first step is you're copying the
Okay,
resume.
here is my resume. It might get too long. I will send you a second prompt with a job description and a question, because sometimes there can be just too much. So I just pasted that in. Okay, so now I'm going to, oh, stop. Where did my job go? God. Oh, geez. Okay. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna get lots of emails from HDR and et cetera now. That's okay. No big deal. It'll be fine. So let me go back over here. Okay, here is the job description I am targeting. Please tell me where I should spend time well, let's see. Let me think the question I want to ask. Please suggest a new version of my resume emphasizing the skills needed from this job description. So now I'm going to paste this in, hit enter,
If there's the,
and now the magic happens. Heather, did you have a question?
yeah, I noticed that there's the attachment clip. So can you just add your resume as an attachment and then ask that
Yes.
question?
Yeah, you can. And I've done that before too. This is a simple way to just, wherever you are, you can copy and paste stuff in from anywhere. Okay, so right now it's suggesting to me how I might want to shift the resume that I have, right? So it's telling me what key achievements to include, my skills, my education, my professional experience. Now it's writing a revised profile summary. Okay.
Okay.
And now rewrite my resume bullets. Now let's see what happens, Christine.
Hey, this is Yvette again. I've noticed a few people in the chat talking about removing your identifiable information. Do you want to talk about that for a second?
Removing identifiable information. What?
Name, phone numbers, email addresses, just putting the content in there, but not identifying who the person is.
Oh, in the work I do, yes. I mean, there's no reason to bring that in there. I'm not sure why Shelley, can you speak more about what about that?
People just don't want AI to go into the cloud of their personal information, I think. And we're seeing people like Clint and others put in, be careful not to include your personal information. And I think our techies are adding in some details. So Clint's saying yes.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay.
Or gender. This is why we're a community. So thanks for helping out.
Yeah, thank you. I don't usually do that, but that's good to know. I hadn't even considered that. Although I'm quite sure everyone knows everything about everybody right now, everywhere. Whether we know it or not. But you can see how it just, rewrote a bullet for us. It just rewrote it, a few of these bullets. So check this out. This is really great for it's really great for just kind of prompting you to think differently. So recall that, again, it's a tool, it's not perfect, and you have to personalize it. So I want to get into cover letters. Oh yeah, Laura was writing about HIPAA. Absolutely. Of course. Personal information being stolen. I don't know. Yes, I would say, for me, there's more security that would be needed that I could ever know. So if you're not wanting to use AI because of a fear of that, or you're worried about it, don't use AI. That's all I would say, or use it at your own risk if you think it's going to save some information about you. I find it to be a helpful tool. Again, it's a language processor. It is learning from itself, and it's using predictive language. That's what these tools are doing when we're using them for our resume materials. If we think about cover letters are a wonderful way for the tool to really help us write a basic outline, very similar to what we did just a little while ago. You can paste in the job description and say, write me a basic cover letter for this. You can ask it to spark some new ideas. You can ask it to evaluate the strength of your cover letter for keywords. You can ask it to rewrite it with 300 characters, so you can send it as a LinkedIn message or LinkedIn InMail. So on your cover letters, you can use a very similar process with these tools to have it write a very effective cover letter for you. And while it may, again, I just have to say that, oh, where did it go? I have to go backwards. It's a helpful tool. Right? And so if we want to stand out from everyone else using AI, we have to put in real information. We have to think through our actual accomplishments. Please do additional research and rewrite things using your words. Use it as a tool to inspire some of your thinking. If you find yourself copying and pasting and not modifying it, you're going to be in a very crowded field of everyone else using AI, and you are not going to stand out. So while you might think it's helpful, if you're not actually customizing it, you're hurting yourself more than if you don't. So cover letters are pretty straightforward. You can do a very similar thing when you are using when you're doing a bio for yourself. So if you wanted to put in your resume and ask it to write a bio for you, you can absolutely do that. And I see someone's got more information out there. A question from Heather about if you put information in there, is it exposed to as part of my training model? I'm not really informed on this, so it's not something I'm going to spend time talking about today, but I'm going to follow up and see what else I can learn about that for the next time. But this is really good information and very helpful about the security. So Linda's asking, how long should a bio be? How many words and characters? So with that, I would say it's really a matter of not so much the length, it's what are you using it for? So if you think about the purpose of the bios that I write them specifically to help a person when they land their new job. HR always asks, do you have a little paragraph we can send around welcoming, we want to welcome you to the team. Do you have a little bio we can share? And so what I do is I work with my clients to write one paragraph about themselves as a bio that HR can then email around the company to welcome you. So with that, that's the purpose of that. So it's one paragraph long. If you needed a bio for a speaking event, or if you needed a bio for a different purpose, there's different lengths, different reasons why. It just really depends upon the purpose. But having one for HR to send around, I would say one paragraph. You're looking at 3-4 sentences, maybe 5 sentences maximum for a bio. All right, I'm just gonna check out these questions here. Yvette, is there one that's like burning that I missed? Oh, there's so many good questions. How to question prompts? Yes. How would you change the prompts? Just be creative. So some questions here from Jennifer and Shannon about prompts. There are some great prompt people out on LinkedIn that are like always publishing new prompts. It's like a whole new field. It's like AI prompts. It's crazy. yes, you can find lists of good prompts, or you're all intelligent, creative people. I think you can figure out some good questions to ask, and maybe using the old consulting methodology of the 5 whys, like, why am I asking it this? Why am I asking it this? Why am I asking it this? It might reveal additional questions. You could even put into a thing like Bard. I didn't show you Bard, but Bard is Google's one. But you could say, what questions should I ask you? What are some additional questions you would suggest I ask you, and ask the GPT
Hmm.
to formulate the prompts for you and the questions. I mean, there's nothing that I have found that it hasn't really been able to answer as I've been looking through. So it's just been super helpful. I know we just have a couple minutes left, and I'm going to share briefly, if it's okay, just within 3 minutes, Shelley, and then give you floor back. But let me talk about LinkedIn. So with LinkedIn, use AI to optimize messages, to comment on posts, to rewrite your headline, use it to write a powerful about section. You can use it to compose the notes, to ask for recommendations. All of these different things you can use AI for. And just again, always modify it, personalize it. I want to show you Perplexity before we jump out of here together. Or not Perplexity, I was going to show you Click to AI. Okay, so let me find a fun little post. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Amber, I love her. She's somebody who talks about psychological safety. So she's got a post in here around the majority of workers saying that it's important that their workplace be a place where they feel safe and belong. And yet most people don't. Okay. So I love her post. I'm going to like it. Now, liking things on LinkedIn is fine. What's even better and actually way more effective is to reply and comment on something. And so I'm going to use the Click to AI that I have ingrained in with my LinkedIn. And so it wrote a reply that it suggests based on what her post was about. Okay. So look at this. Great post. Feeling safe and being able to be your true self at work is crucial. It's concerning to see the statistics. I'm going to change this to my true self at work is crucial. It's concerning to see that. Looking forward to reading your blog on psychological safety. Look at that beautiful note. But I changed it to be, my true self at work, rather than what it had suggested. I'm going to post it. Okay. And so you can use this tool. Again, it's called Click to AI. And I had it in the list here. But you can integrate it with your LinkedIn and quickly reply to things on LinkedIn so that you get more visibility and more opportunity. So use it in LinkedIn for all these different reasons. So today we talked about the different platforms, what it is. It's a language tool. It's predictive language. It learns over time. How to use it in your resumes, how to use it for a bio or a cover letter, how to use it in LinkedIn. So I want you to know, if you've been working on this and things haven't been working for you and you need some support with your materials, reach out. And I've got a special offer for the Colorado Career Connectors group this week, if you'd like to check that out. And I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to talk about what I know about AI today. And there's always more to learn every day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate. I hope you guys found that as valuable and insightful as I did, because everything's changing so quickly. The takeaways as a coach and as an executive recruiter that I would tell you is, do not just have AI do your resume. Do not have AI just do your posts out on LinkedIn, because people can tell how vanilla it is. People can tell. They want that personal connection. In your resume, you have to have data. You have to have metrics, because if I look at it and I see that it's going to read like a job description, I'm going to continue. And let me tell you, as a recruiter, I posted a part-time recruiter role yesterday. And in 6 hours, I had 289 people. It was insane. My emails have just been keep coming up. And this is from global folks, from India to Uzbekistan to here in Colorado. So use AI for everything and all of the great things that it does give us. Do not put your personal information in. I have used Bard with some of my clients to actually find hiring managers and recruiters. So there's lots of ways to kind of dig in and figure that out. The AI on LinkedIn is continuously being improved as well. As a recruiter, I want to let you know that this is what we call a plug and play marketplace. That means that one of my clients just got runner-up for a position, and she didn't have as much outdoor sports marketing as they needed. It was an outdoor sports company. It was the director of marketing. She came in second. So as job seekers, you have to figure out the pain points of the businesses. What are they going after? How are they growing? And taking a little tangent, out of those 289 people that connected with me on that part-time recruiter role, I'm skipping most of them, but there are a few that I'm paying attention to. I put a little clue in there, only serious candidates apply. So I had people that said, would love to work with you, very seriously, would love part-time work. Okay. There's pieces in there where they actually looked at my background, and they even might be on this call today, right? Find out where your hiring managers are speaking. Get in front of them, because how many of you are sending in-mails and all these emails to hiring managers, but you're being ghosted? You're not hearing anything, right? Okay, what I would say to that is do a video for them. Do a Loom video and say, hey, your job description says this. I've talked to some people that you work with, and here's how I can add value. Now, that is an energy suck for some people, but some of my clients are getting interviews that way. Again, I got hundreds of people. Use AI as you can. Use video as you can. You want to connect real time, not just through technology. So I hope you found this helpful. We have lots of things going in, great information. That's what we're here for. If Kate can help you in any way with your resumes or job descriptions, or if I can help you with much more strategy on how you find the job and actually get into it, this is not what it used to be. Sending an email or sending a LinkedIn is not the answer. Networking, getting out there, getting in front of problems, that's how you're going to find your job. And use who you know, first or second tier. That is how you're going to find the job in this crazy economy. So please join us for February Scale Your Career Day. We only do monthly events now, but Kate and I are experts at what we do, and we're happy to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day, and don't let the job search get you down. Get out, get moving, get progressive. And when I say moving, go work out, go cook something, go have fun, go enjoy time with your family, go up and ski for the day, go hiking, because all of that is going to help you be much more clear and get rid of that stinking thinking that is holding you back. So thank you for joining us at Colorado Career Connectors. We are blessed to have Kate with us and all of you in our audience. Have a great day.